Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Leave a comment if this resonates so that I know. So today I'm asking how to be loving, how to show someone love and patience when they are being controlling. So I got the Sun and the Page of Pentacles, and together I see this as a bouquet of flowers that you're presenting them, and then separately the Sun is in the standard Rider-Waite deck. It's a child riding a horse, happy and joyful, and then the Page of Pentacles is like a slow moving but stable gift, something tangible. And so I feel like the answer to that question is to be in like a childlike state of mind while being giving. Like, I was thinking today that, you know, it's so easy to be frustrated with people, and it's so easy to, you know, give the silent treatment and just be like, ugh, you don't know, I'm not dealing with you, or like whatever. But what people actually need is love, and in every situation, no matter what. And I think that when you can be in a childlike state of mind and wonder and kindness and give to people who are not necessarily giving to you, but also don't see that they're not being giving. Like, most of the time people are controlling not for nefarious reasons, but just because like they're trying to gain control over their own life, and the path of least resistance is by controlling you and your actions and your words, and that makes them feel safer because you're predictable, or you're just like under their thumb, and they fail to realize that you're your own person, and the only person that they can actually control is themselves. So by staying in like this non-resentful, non-harsh, kind and caring and joyful, childish energy while giving back to them, it's like you're not necessarily submitting to their control, but more so you are your own person and you're going to do whatever you want. And as long as that's a known fact, you don't have to keep reiterating it. You can just say like, because I love you, I'm going to give you the control that you want. But that doesn't in turn mean that you control me. That just means that I'm gifting you with something that you are desiring because I love you. It's like, is it so bad to be controlled? Is it so bad to be the person who submits? I actually think that that gives you more power. In like a kink scenario, there's the dom and the sub, and while the dom has all of the control, the sub is the one allowing access to their energy. They are gifting the other person their they're gifting their submission to the other person, it's a gift. You know, it's not necessarily being controlled. And maybe different scenarios might have a different response. You know, maybe this is not the answer to all scenarios involving control, but I feel like if you're finding this video and you're resonating with my energy, that's what's coming out here, is that whatever scenario that you're in, maybe be open to submission, because it's not necessarily allowing them to control you. It's more so a gift that you're giving to someone who's in your life, and clearly if they're in your life, it's for a reason. And if you are thinking, no, you know, I don't want to submit to them, I don't care about them, I don't want them to be in my life, then why are they? Then take the actionable steps to move forward and get them out of your life, because why are you partaking in this dynamic? You know, you have free will. You have free will. Nobody can control you. So don't allow it. And if that's the only solution, get them out of your life. You know, if you rely on them, that's an internal issue. And we need to maybe start there. So, but this reading is, okay, so what do you say to someone who is trying to control you, that you love, and you maybe willingly submit? So, God, can you tell us anything else about what we need to know about willing submission, allowing the control for the betterment of the relationship, and packing up our, you know, the way that we have it in our minds, that it has to be like, we want to be free, we want this, we want this. Okay, but if you're not getting it and it's somebody that you care a lot about, then you don't want to lose them, then maybe the answer is, let's see, the Hermit in reverse, Temperance, Hierophant in reverse, Five of Cups. So, Hermit in reverse is you don't want to be alone. You know, do you want to be the hermit? No, then yes, then this is your answer. You know, it's either be alone or be with others, and submit sometimes when it's not the most important thing, and sometimes it could feel like the most important thing, so maybe take space, you know. Temperance is a call for emotional understanding, a meeting in the middle of two opposing sides. You know, you're tempering it, you're filling the gap, instead of forcing more gap to prove a point, instead of forcing more gap to stand your ground. Maybe the answer is to just release, you know, release whatever you thought it should be, whatever you thought it should look like, and find a new middle, you know. Okay, I'll do it your way, but when I'm me in my energy alone on my time, I'm gonna do it I'm still going to do it my way, you know? That type of thing, like find the balance. Hierophant in reverse is like, you're not always the master. Your way is not always the only right way. And yes, maybe that's the point that you're trying to make to them, that their way is not always the right way, but it's like, is it worth the fight? Is it? Because all of these cups are being poured out. You have only one left standing. And so if you kick it over in defiance, you have no cups left. And is that really what you want? Do you want to risk losing it all because you want to fight, you want to throw a fit, you want to argue your point? Or is it better to just let it go? You know, just say okay and give the person that you love a gift of your energy. New vision when I split the deck. God gave us a message of light. Give us a message of light that we need to hear right now about relinquishing our need of control, because that's really what it is. It's like you see it, we're seeing it as their need for control, but fighting back is your need for control. And who wins? You know, look, forgiveness when I split the deck. Who wins when the prize is loneliness, is arguments, is resentment, is, you know, who's winning in those scenarios? No one. No one's winning. Give me a message of light. Forgiveness again. So forgive them for wanting the control. Forgive them for whatever they said in order to get the control. Just let it go. Guidance. And I feel like this is like a very similar, it's on, you know, on the temperance, and it's like this like rainbow swirl, rainbow swirl. This card is kind of like a close-up of this card. So it's like forgive, and in a very small way, guide them. You know, maybe you're their guide to seeing the bigger picture, to seeing that they don't actually have the control. By you submitting, they will come to realize at some point, if they are a good person worthy of your love, that your submission is the actual control. You're doing it because you love them that much. You're actually the guide here, because their need for control does not make them, it does not give them power. It makes them think that they are getting power. But the fact that you're going along with it and you're not pushing them away and being alone and killing all of the emotionality, the emotional connection, the fact that you're allowing the thing that you're not really for is because you love them, because you care about them, and they will over time see this when they really zoom in. Might be a long time in the future, and then it's like you have to ask yourself, is this a journey that you're willing to go on? You know, you get to decide. Any more messages of light, God? Insight. Yeah, I feel like this is actually like a very rare insight that we're getting right now. This is not how most people think. Most people stand their ground and end things and push away and isolate because they're not getting their way, because they're, you're trying to control me, and so I'm going to prove that I have the most control, and I'm going to say fuck you and walk away, or and fight with you, or whatever. But in reality, be the child, be willing to learn and grow and forgive and be kind and give people their way. Because does that really change you? Yeah, okay, if the control is like something horrible, like I said, get those people out of your life. But if it's somebody that you actually care about and you don't want to lose, is allowing them the control the worst thing that could happen? Ignition, new creative project, spark, inspiring path, fuel, don't burn out. So, yeah, I mean, this is an inspiring path, but don't let it break you. Don't give them, so much that you lose who you are. But if you can stay with who you are and still give them their way, like what's coming to my mind right now is like a relationship where someone is like, oh, you can't do that, and you say like, but that's what I want to do, and I'm a free spirit, I want to do what I'm going to do, and you don't have control over me. And it's like, is that thing that you want to do, does it mean more to you than this person does? Or is it better to submit? Or are you going to burn yourself out by submitting? Like, is it going to change who you are at the core, who you are as a person, if you don't do that thing that they're asking you, that they don't want you to do? If it is, then don't do it if it's going to change you. But as a person, if it's going to like rob you, but it's like, does that person, is this relationship actually worth it then? If somebody's asking you to do something like that, if somebody wants that kind of control, is that somebody that you really need in your life? Probably not. But if it's like, hey, I hate when you wear this type of outfit, or hey, I hate when you attend this specific, thing, like event, or, I hate when you, please don't do this thing that upsets me. I don't know. Anyway, so desert, spiritual challenge, thirst, seeking a divine connection, pilgrimage, test of faith. Yeah, it's like, can you come closer to God in these moments and release your need for control? And education. It's time to learn more. Knowledge. You have a lot to teach. Wisdom. Your pains become medicine. And it's like here, guidance, education, knowledge, wisdom. Like, you're the guide. Over time, the things that you end up standing your ground on are going to mean more. They're going to teach that person more than if you fight and spill your emotions all over the place over every little thing. All right, and universe, give us a message, a mantra that we can say in our head when we're going through these times. My connection to my spirit grows stronger every day. My connection to my spirit grows stronger every day. My connection to my spirit grows stronger every day. So, Yeah. Back down, you know. Be the change that you wish to see. It doesn't always have to go the way that you want it to go. Just stop fighting, you know. Let them have their way and see what happens naturally. I love you. Bye.